Yo, what's up? Last time you guys were in here, we were working on that thing. Well, I've been working on this thing off camera. And, got the oil leak finally fixed. I mean, you guys probably can't see it, but there's no new oil down here that I can see, so that's pretty cool. Sorry I did that off camera, but none of it was really too interesting. But in the process of all that, I gained whatever this is. Oh gee, I can't push my clutch lever in with all my might. Dope, right? So, I'm gonna grab a flashlight. Maybe I got one charge up here. If you go over here and look, right about there, you can see that clutch line is straight up melted, which is cool. So, I got one of those right here, hopefully. Yeah. Yep. Looks like the right stuff. Yes, sir. That's the one. So, we're going to be putting a new one of those on, which involves taking off all this crap to get it ran properly so it's not next to the exhaust on that side. And, yeah. On the flip side, just like how we traded a pit bike for that bike, I might be trading my pit bike for another one. We got an O2 Husqvarna CR125, and it's not set in stone yet, quite yet, but do have an O2 right here. As you see, it's about 1 million parts and pieces, but looks like mostly everything's there. He's got new gasket sets and seals, which is probably either these Chinese or I don't know if that's Japanese. I can't read it. Probably Chinese, let's be very honest. It's about the only thing you can find for these Husqvarnas anymore, oddly, is Chinese parts, which sucks, but, you know, work with what you got. Probably be replacing that and that. Maybe not, though. If the one that's on the bike is still good, I'll probably just run, if it's a Husqvarna one, probably just run that, and then order a Wiseco or something. But as far as gaskets and seals go, it's about the only ones that you can find for these bikes is these Chinese ones. So give them a shot and see what happens. So yeah, as I was saying, might be picking that thing up. Only thing that sucks is it's like 3.5 hours away from me. Ouch. That sucks. But I'm into these sort of weird European, Swedish bikes. As you can see, that one's sitting over there. And then, you know, all my dirt bikes are European. I used to have a bunch of Yamahas, I swear, and Hondas. I have no qualms against Yamahas and Hondas. The only ones I've had bad luck with were Suzuki's, really. And if you like Suzuki's, that's on you. I just had bad luck with them. I'm not saying they're bad bikes. I've had bad luck with them. So, yeah. We're gonna stick this thing on. This right here. Man, I wish that would work like some YouTube magic where you just go, boom, and you know, it's on. I guess we're not that fancy with YouTube yet. So, yeah. I'm gonna get you guys set down, get this thing pulled apart, and see how we're gonna run this thing. So I got it off here. You can sorry, I was turning off my video in the background there. I got some Jimmy Oaks going, but you can see pretty thoroughly melted. So yeah, trash, not trash. So probably gonna pull that front end off there, pull the tank off and whatnot, because I don't think these steel braided cables are supposed to be like right next to an exhaust, because they melt apparently just like a regular old cable. And then turns out, you know, it's hydraulic, so there's liquid inside, not a steel braided cable. So yeah, we're gonna get this stuff off here. Yeah, we're gonna get this stuff off. We're gonna get that replaced and then put in a good spot, and then I'll show you where I run that. Maybe you guys can copy it. Maybe you guys can tell me I'm an idiot. Who knows? Maybe you like it, maybe you won't. Got the old dirty thing pulled apart here. I'm just kind of deciding where I want to run this clutch cable, because routing it through here, put it down, or routing it through this where the stock one was. You can't see. Let me go grab a light. There's a light right there. Alright, so routing it where the stock one was routed. Put it right next to this exhaust, right here. So, if you kind of look down in there, which you probably can't see, but you can kind of see where the exhaust melted the clutch line onto it. Whatever you can't see. I need lighting in here super bad, but I'm going to try and find a different way to route that so we don't melt another $85 clutch cable. So it's pricey. I ain't got money to spend like that all the time. So we're gonna do that, and so everything's good. Give me a couple minutes, and when I could kind of get it figured out, I'll show you guys what I came up with. So, we're back. Let me show you what I came up with here. So, run from here. Boom. All the way down. It's about right here. Wham. Might throw a zip tie on it right there just to keep that in place right there. Then zip tie right there. And what that does is that keeps that standing straight up and down, away from the exhaust, and then just straight under the carb right to where it needs to go. Beautiful. And I've tried steering it both ways. There's no flex from that zone, so that's pretty sweet. So all we got to do now is bleed the bad dude. We'll throw some fluid in, bleed it, and slap it back together. And then, in a weird turn of events, because you guys haven't seen much of this quad, but I have owned this quad for a long time. I don't know if I ever explained that in any of the videos. I've owned this quad for a long time. And down there you can probably see oil and coolant, but that is old oil and coolant from before I fixed the oil leaks. The only oil leak I see right now is this one, which is 2 crush washers that I took off and just reused. But I don't see actual oil leaking from the engine anywhere, and this quad has leaked oil for like 4 years. So I am knock on wood, thinking I fixed the oil leak. So that's pretty cool to me. Very, very happy with that. So, in a weird turn of events, my quad might be ready to actually go racing before my dirt bike is, which is weird because I thought it was going to be forever before I got this quad ready to race, and I thought this KTM was pretty much ready to go. As you look right here, this thing is profusely pissing oil everywhere as well, and I think we're leaking hydraulic clutch fluid along with transmission fluid, but it could just be hydraulic clutch fluid because I tell you what, every time I get this bike out, oh my gosh, sorry, my master cylinder goes completely dry on it. So I'm assuming that's probably what it is the slave down there has got a leak, and I'm assuming it might be, and I could be wrong, it may not even be possible, but I have to take it off to check it. But I believe it also might be burning or dumping that oil into my crankcase, which is not cool. I'm not cool with that because it smells weird. These other two bikes burn two-stroke and they smell good. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm using a different oil in the KTMs. I'm using what KTM recommends for two-stroke oil, just trying to keep things in factory spec. And I can't find my Redline oil anywhere, and I don't feel like having to order. I'd like to have oil. I can buy it locally, so it's whatever. I used to love Redline synthetic two-stroke racing oil. That stuff smells great. I had fantastic luck with the stuff, so if you can buy it, get it. Or order on whatever you want. But whatever. Off that spiel. So, yeah, we're going to get the clutch bled on this, and hopefully everything going to be alright, you know. If you don't, no, well, neither do I, so it's cool, whatever. Join me on this adventure. This should be fun. Yo, what's up? Different day. Phew. Thing took forever to bleed out, but we got it all attached here. Got a zip tie here, a zip tie down here, and that's just to try and keep it where it's at. It's my best efforts to try and keep it away from the engine. Right here, valve cover, and then the exhaust down here, which you can't see, so I'm gonna have to grab a flashlight. Do I have one? Yeah. So, yeah, if you look right there, it's away from the exhaust, and then pretty away from the head. It's as far away as the throttle cable is, so the throttle cable can sit there. Why not a hydraulic clutch line? If not, I guess I'll learn another $88 lesson and why you can't put the clutch line there. So there's that. For now, we're gonna get this thing thrown back together and ready to rip, because I haven't properly ridden this thing in probably a year, and I'd like to be able to at least take it out in the creek this weekend sometime and just give it a rip on these tires. I've got 15 minutes on these tires maybe, and yeah, I like to take you guys along with me on that, so stay tuned. Alright, so we got it all put back together. Looking pretty good. Seat's sitting over here, but we're just gonna try firing it up real quick. Make sure that clutch is working the way it's supposed to. This thing is dead cold. So pop that throttle a couple times. Bam. No choke. Choke. That's the first time it's ever acted like this. Sure that clutch works. Oh. Boy, she cold-blooded today. Jeez. It's never acted like this before. If that clutch works. Lets me through all the gears. Back down in the first. Neutral. Cool. That seems to work now. Seems to be a bit frumpy, but works. Oh man, that petcock is something else. So yeah, stay tuned. We're gonna take this thing on a rip, and it'll be tight. It just won't be tonight because it's it's 10:51. Probably won't be doing that. Peace. See you guys in the next clip. Yo. New day. Quad's actually all the way back together. We're going to take it for a little rip. Make sure the oil leak's actually fixed. Make sure the clutch actually does what it's supposed to. It doesn't slip. Doesn't just like explode. Whatever. We're going to go ride this thing. And it's going to be pretty cool. So, probably going to mount you guys, as you can see, right here. Because I don't really have a spot to mount you on the bars. It's all eaten up by stuff. It's quad life. Or I can mount you back here, but we really wouldn't get to see where we're going. So, figure up front is probably the best shot for now. So, we're going to do that. I'm going to get this thing warmed up. Do a little cold start for y'all real quick. Oh, choke it. Is the gas on? I think the gas is on, yeah. All good. We'll get this pushed out, get you guys mounted up. We're gonna go for a spin, baby. Oh, immediate stall. thing's ripping. This thing's ripping. You probably can't hear much because it's probably all rattles and stuff, but hopefully the footage is good. I feel like we're flying. So, and this is kind of like my testing zone. This is kind of like right behind my house, essentially. And we're trying to explore it a little bit. So, what a better machine to explore on than a YFZ 450, right? But I've got serious arm pump right now, and I can't feel my thumb. So, taking a little break. Just a small one. Be right back with you. Alright. Let's freaking go shred the gnar, dude. Let's zip back up here. Really? Big stall? The big stall. it was one of those ones that had a bed in the back of it too. That's nuts. It's a whole thing. Check that out. Crazy. And it's still got the tires attached. That's wild. I have no clue where I'm at. I should probably get out of here. Should most definitely probably get out of here. But I'm just doing a little exploring. You guys are going to look. What are you doing? We made it back to the house. Seems as though the camera died at some point, so that's pretty cool. At the beginning of this video, I was talking a lot of crap how this thing didn't leak oils. I fixed the oil leak. Well, I didn't, but I do know where it's coming from. But the sad thing is it's a gasket I've replaced multiple times, and I mean multiple times. This stator cover right here. It just keeps leaking, man, and I don't know really what to do. So I'm going to take the gasket off and put a bunch of Yama Bond on there, and then put the gasket back on, just to help. That's the only thing I can think to do. And the reason I'm doing that is because on the clutch side, the actual outer clutch cover, I did that and it held fine up until I replaced the clutch cover gasket, because I wanted to replace that and have a proper gasket in there. It didn't leak a drop of oil from the clutch cover. It still leaked oil from the stator cover over here, but that's where I'm seeing it's leaking oil from. It doesn't seem to leak it when it's sitting still, which is pretty cool, but I could be wrong about that too. Let's see here. It's either water or oil, maybe a concoction of both. But I'm gonna go through, check the bolts, make sure they're all tight and all that. And yeah, if they're all tight, then probably drain the oil. Either buy a new gasket, which are like 25, not 25, about 20-ish bucks. And then hit it with some Yamaborn, because every time I replace this gasket, it's managed to leak again. I don't know if it's a crack in the case or something, but I don't see any actual cracks in the case. So for now, that's going to be the end of the video, end of the quad deal for now. Obviously, it's going to be around where you're going to see more of it. So thanks for tuning in. See you guys next time.